Hi everyone. Hope I'm audible to the last people sitting there. Okay, good morning. Good morning. So it's basically when she told that this presentation is going to be in the morning, I was always thinking, are we going to have crowd? Because early morning in Bangalore, it's very difficult to see people. But nice to see everybody is here in the morning, early morning, that is 10 o'clock, right? Okay. So, uh, anyway, the buzzer will sound, so I'll not talk other things. So, hi. So, I'm Balavigneshwaran, 16 plus years into the industry, and I've been working with a lot of clients, building a lot of IPs for them in AI, data analytics, and in my career so far. Now, founder of Augment Apps, where we have built Qraptor. So, that's a quick summary of who I am. Now, coming to what we are doing, before I get into that, so a short grist or a summary of what we are doing is we are building a platform which is an AI native app building platform, right? That's a simple text. It's an AI native app building platform. So what is AI native app building platform? Have you ever thought of this thing, whatever you see in the slide? There is a bicycle with a rocket which is attached to it, right? What comes to all of your mind? I know I can't expect answer from all of you, but I still ask. Basically, today most of the app building or people talk about AI app building. What they try to do is have a traditional app and try to add AI on top of it, which is actually like having a bicycle and trying to fit a rocket to it so that it can fly, right? You know what happens? Mostly in cartoon movies or animation movies, it flies, but in reality, you will get into practical problem of getting into a accident and breaking your legs. But in the reality, that's what happens to a lot of companies who don't see value in AI. Why? Because the foundation, what they build with, right? It is not meant for AI to mature or AI to actually go through the journey, right? So that is the bigger problem today in most of the apps. People talk about AI journey, talk about AI apps, but then they try to force fit AI into some solutions which is already existing, which does not have that capability, right? Now what is it? Let's not just talk about it, right? There is one new normal. Full stack is already gone. So what is something new? It's full intelligence stack now, right? It's no more a full stack. There is already, it's no more like you talk about front end and back end. Today when we talk, we always talk with cognition added to your apps. Nobody anymore just develops front end and back end, right? So most of the apps, but still builds front end and back end and data, even with vibe code. I don't know how many of you most of us started to use vibe code, right? But even with vibe code, what do we build? We keep building front end, back end, which connects to a data. So what? We are one side telling that we are already moved to AI journey, where your apps should have already cognition built into it. But on the other side, we have tools where we go and still build the same front end, back end and say that we have built an app, right? So that is a problem, but then at the same time, next one is when you have to make it production ready, you need to have all these things, right? Governance, observability, security, all these should be there by default with your app, correct? But now, coming to what is AI native app, when you talk about what is AI native app, so it's not just front end, back end anymore. Today we start with data is changed to knowledge and memory, agreed? So it's no more just data. We talk about knowledge. What is that knowledge which AI has? What is that knowledge gets generated? What is the knowledge is used? Next, coming to what type of memory it is able to have with the system, right? Earlier data was only for reading and writing, but now we are talking about memory. That means it should have an ability to use the information as required about autonomously, right? Now, with your front and back end, by default, you're going to have agents working along, which are going to use set of tools and also It's no more like, okay, I will want to have web, or some people say, I want to have voice bot, or some people say, no, I want to have WhatsApp. No. If you are running a business with AI, you need to have multi-channel enabled. You cannot tell that my business will only be working with voice. I think that's slowly changing now, right? So multi-channel is something, is a very important thing. You should have all these things at the same time accessible through multiple channels, right? Now that's exactly what we have built with Qraptor. So Qraptor is AI native app building platform which has all these things, whatever you see here, built into one platform. That's why we call it as an operating system layer for AI apps. Why? A simple analogy. Operating system gave CPU, memory, disk, and your all the drivers, everything access to your applications to sit on top, right? So Qraptor enables that foundation layer which has all these things inbuilt. On top of it, it gives tools and utilities to build your app. So instead of me keep talking about it, let me quickly show it to you. So starting with, I spoke about multiple things, right? So let me start with first one, data. So this is the Qraptor view where you can have your data. So you can have tables. Tables are not just like, okay, you go create table. You can talk to your tables. Data assistant is there. Go tell it to create a table or tell it to load some sample data for me to do my testing first before I go to production with my app, right? Starting with that. Next, from tables, next type of content is we need to have document and also we need to have content store. What is content store? Now it's no more just documents and tables, right? We are also indexing so much of knowledge from various sources. It can be from documents or it can be from various websites. You should be able to crawl those and index them so that your AI systems are able to use them. So that is available. Next, you should have tools which your agents can use. So there are system tools which we provide by default, which supports a lot of activities by default, which your agents can use. Second is, we also have capability to create custom tools. It can be through HTTP or it can be through Python script. You can create your own custom tools and make it available. Okay. Next, okay, I have all these things. Now using which I can create agents, right? So there are two types of agents. I think this is another bigger topic which everybody talks about. Deterministic agent, which is a task agent where you drag a flow like you do with most of the flow builders, right? You know exactly what happens, starting from start to end, how exactly it should happen with the decision making. The complete flow is defined. So deterministic agents you can create, or non-deterministic agents where you just tell what pattern it has to follow. It has to be React or it has to be planner executor, whatever pattern it has to follow. Just give it set of tools, then it is able to work, right? You can create such kind of agents without any coding. Just go configure, your agent is ready. So you can build such kind of agents. With all these things, next is you can also build apps. What is that? It's also build apps. You can also build just same vibe code and build a production ready app which can have front end, back end, your agents, data all sitting together with governance, starting from row level access, column access, your PIR reduction, everything taken care, and you build a production ready app which is AI native. And that is Qraptor for you. Thank you.